What's up? Weekly Metal Reviews here with like our 10,000th album review. This time I'm going to talk about a brand new band that came out. Dark Sermon with In Tongues. I'm not sure why they called it In Tongues. It's kind of weird. But anyways, that's not why we're here to talk about how weird the album is. It came out on E1 Records not too long ago. I found out about this band from the band Abiotic. I was following them on Facebook, and they're like, check out Dark Sermon, they just got signed to E1, I'm so proud of them, I guess they're buddies or whatever. And so I checked them out when they put a new song out. They put out the song Imperfect Contrition, and holy shit, that song's great. I was pretty floored. And then when this album came out, and I looked it up just out of curiosity. I was like, I like that first song. How's the rest of the album going to sound? Because I was just afraid that it's your standard deathcore. It's nothing that new, or anything like that. And I was wrong. And I listened to this album over and over and over and over again. And this is a really good band that put out a very solid album. Excuse me. They are not your typical deathcore. They are not your play more breakdowns than actual riffs. They play riffs and breakdowns come second. There's really not a whole lot of breakdowns on this, which is I find to be the best part, honestly, about this album. They don't bore you with breakdowns. There's one in the last song, In Tongues. I mean, there's a couple of them, but usually when a deathcore band's, they'll build up to something, and then they'll scream a line and go to the most brutal, disgusting fucking breakdown that they can think of. And this band, I found it kind of funny and ironic. They built, I think it's in the song Hounds, in the song Hounds, they like build it up, and you're like, oh god, they're going to go to a breakdown. But no, they go right into a fucking blast beat and a really complicated riff. I'm just like, yes, this band is great. Just from that moment right there, I knew this was awesome because they did that. The guitar playing is very good. This band reminds me of a mix of Whitechapel and the Black Dahlia Murder. If those two bands fucked and had a baby, Dark Sermon would be that child. The riffs, especially in like Imperfect Contrition, the Scale of Justice, Cursed, just great riffs that really are kind of Black Dahlia style, with the, very fast tremolo picking with a very hot blast beat behind it that just kicks your ass. And the vocals are fantastic. Such a unique vocal style. I mean, really, maybe not vocal style, but vocal, the sound of this guy's voice sounds really unique. Some very interesting variations in his vocals that are what makes them stand out. Sometimes they're more like, maybe talky with, that forced kind of talk type thing. Sometimes they're brutal as shit, very guttural. Sometimes they're very high. A lot of them are mid-ranged. Overall, very, very, very good vocalists. With great vocal lines, vocal rhythms. Especially, like, these vocal rhythms, I have not found a deathcore band that will get songs stuck in my head for a long time. Like a newer deathcore band. These songs are very memorable. Almost, like, seriously, every song stands out to me. Well, maybe not every one. I feel that after the song, let me look at it really quick. After the song, The Tree of New Life, I feel that this album just drops off just a hair. Like, here's the album, and here's, like, the last three songs. It just drops off just a little bit to me. But overall, it's just really, really solid writing. I mean, some of the vocal patterns, especially in the chorus of Hounds, that'll get stuck in your head. It's so simple. It's just, like, 4 or 5 chords, in a very simple pattern with this great, vocal melody over it. Or things like in The Tree of New Life, when he says, like, salvation, and, he comes in with, and he says that with a very high scream vocal, and you know it kind of like repeats right away, and it's stuff like that will get stuck in your head, and it just goes to this slow, just very atmospheric riff. I love that song. When it got to the song "Cursed," when I was first listening to this, "Cursed," and then it gets to the two part of the forfeit, the two part songs there, and then the Tree of New Life. When it hit those four songs, I was completely sold on this band. Those four songs stand out. I mean, the first ones are very fast, they're very in your face, and all that stuff. But these ones, they're melodic, and they're heavy, and they're crushing at the same time. Especially "Cursed" towards the end, when it gets to, I guess, kind of your deathcore moment, where they slow it down, they play an open string, and then they play some shit, and the vocals are very low. I mean, just how it busts that, how thick and powerful that sounds. I mean, that is seriously a powerful part in that song. It just has so much balls to it. And I just loved it. I was just sold right there. I instantly ran over to my Spotify and started that shit right there. You know, the drumming is pretty fantastic. Like I said, the drumming reminds me of the Black Dahlia Murder. When I say Whitechapel, the Whitechapel part comes more in the vocals and also in the kind of the sound of the guitar and more of the breakdowns. Like I said, there's not very many breakdowns on here. There really is not. And I find that to be the best part about this band, like I said. And also, when they use breakdowns, they don't drag on that long. You know, a lot of bands nowadays, they'll play the breakdown. They'll play about, 8 times. And then they'll slow the breakdown down, make it brutal. Then they'll pick it back up so they can jump up and down. And then, then they'll slow that down. This breakdown drags on for like a minute and a half, and it's just so annoying anymore. And this band doesn't do that. They'll have the breakdown, and then where you feel that breakdown should end, it ends, and they go to an awesome riff. That's how this band is, and they wrote excellent songs. I'm not saying that this is a complete game changer for deathcore. I'm just saying that this is a band you should watch out for. If you like Whitechapel, Fit for an Autopsy, I don't know, Molotov Solution, Thy Art is Murder, bands like that, you will love this band and this album. I really, really do like it. I'm going to give In Tongues a solid 8.75 out of 10. I didn't expect this to be this good. So definitely check this out. But yeah, thanks for all the subscribing and all that whatnot. Bye.